Good morning, children. Welcome to English Literature class. Today we are going to continue the reading of The Merchant of Venice of Act 1, Scene 1. Children, by the end of this video, you will be able to learn the explanation of the lines 23 till 48 and learn the meanings and literary devices used in lines 23 till 48. Children, till now we have read that Antonio is sad and he doesn't know the reason of his sadness. Salarino says that he is sad due to his anxiety about his rich merchant ships at the sea. Salarino supports Salarino's opinion that he must be thinking about the storms that might destroy his ships. Okay, children, let's continue the reading of the lines. My wind, cooling my broth, would blow me to an ague when I thought, what harm a wind too great might do at sea. Children, underline the words and write down their meanings in your book side by side. Wind means breath. Broth means soup. Ague means fever with shivering. Children, here Salarino says that when he would blow upon his soup to make it cool, he would tremble with fever to think of the damage which a strong wind might do on the sea. Here Salarino says that when he would be cooling his soup by blowing on it, it would remind him of stormy winds at sea, which can cause great damages to his ships. Okay, children, let's move on to the next lines. I should not see the sandy hourglass run, but I should think of shallows and of flats. Sandy hourglass is an apparatus consisting of two glass bulbs or balls which are hollow and connected by a narrow tube. It contains a certain amount of sand and the time in which the sand runs from one part into the other in 1 hour. Children, this reference has been given in your book at page number 176. Shallows and of flats mean a shallow place. Children, here Salarino says that the sight of the sand running out from the hourglass would remind Salarino of dangerous shallow waters and hidden banked sand at sea on which a ship may hit and become stuck there. Okay, children, let's move on to the next lines. And see my wealthy Andrew, dogged in sand, wheeling her high top lower than her ribs, to kiss her burial. Children, wealthy Andrew refers to a Spanish ship called Andrea, captured by British sailors in 1596. It hit the coast and became stuck there. When it was being brought to England, since then Andrew refers to a big cargo ship. Docked means stuck. Whaling, lowering, ribs, sides of the ship. And burial means sand enclosing her. Children, her refers to personification. And the meaning of personification is, it is a figure of speech in which human attributes, qualities are given to non-living things. So here, ship has been personified as a woman. Okay, children, now see. Here Salarino imagines that his loaded ship is grounded in sand. Her mast is tipped down lower than her sides, as if trying to kiss the sands that surround her. Children, her here is a personification, as I have already discussed with you. And ship has been personified as a woman. Okay, children, let's read the gist of the lines. Salarino says that whenever he would blow on his soup to make it cool, the act would make him tremble like ague to think of the damage which the stormy winds might do to his ships. He could not see the sand run from one half of the hourglass into the other without thinking of dangerous shallow waters and quicksands, imagining that he saw his ship grounded in sand, her mast inclined down lower than her sides, as if trying to kiss the sands that enclosed her. Okay, children, let's move on to the next lines. Should I go to church
and see the holy edifice of stone
and not bethink me straight of dangerous rocks? Children,
edifice means building.
bethink, come to think or reminded immediately. Children, here Celerino says that whenever he would go to the church,
He would see the holy building made of stone.
this scene would make him think of the dangerous rocks of the sea, which touching
But my gentle vessel sight would scatter all her spices on the stream.
and drop the roaring waters with my silks. Children, vessel side means ship's sides, and drop means covering. Roaring waters means stormy water. Here Celerino imagines that a collision of a ship with these rocks would be sufficient to break his vessel into pieces and scatter on the sea all her spices and silks. Children, now the question arises, why is Celerino referring to spices and silks here? And the answer is, Celerino is referring to spices and silks because his merchant ships would be carrying goods like spices and silks. Children, spices,
Aromatic substances and perfumes such as cinnamon.
musk, etc., formed valuable cargoes in those days. Okay, children, let's move on to the next lines. And in a word, but even now worth this, and now worth nothing? Children, in a word means briefly. Here Celerino says that, in short, it makes him think that at one moment he has so much, and at the next moment he has nothing. Okay, children, now the question arises, at which moment would he have so much? And the answer is the moment before the shipwreck, when his merchant ships were full of valuable objects. Okay, and my next question is, at which moment would he have nothing? And the answer is the moment after the shipwreck, when all the valuable objects would be scattered
On the waters of the sea.
Okay, shall I have the thought to think on this, and shall I lack the thought that such a thing be chanced would make me sad, but tell not me. Children, be chanced meaning if such a thing happened. Children, here Celerino asks if it is possible that he can think about all this, which can cause great damage to his ships, without thinking that if such a thing happened, he would be very sad. I know Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise. Then here Celerino says that Antonio is sad because he is thinking of his rich cargo. Okay, children, let's read the gist of the lines. Celerino says that he could not go to church and see the holy building built of stone without being reminded of dangerous rocks which, if they but touched the sides of his good ship
Would scatter her cargo of spices on the waters.
and threw out his rich silks to dress the roaring waves. At 1 minute he might
On so much.
and the next minute nothing. He wonders who would not get sad thinking about things like that. He knows that Antonio is melancholic, sad because of the thought of his merchandise. Okay, children, let's move on to the next lines. Antonio, believe me, no, I thank my fortune for it. Children, fortune means luck and wealth. When Celerino says that Antonio is sad because of his rich merchant ships, at that time Antonio criticizes the theories of his friends. He says that his financial situation is healthy. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, not to one place. Children, ventures means business enterprises. Bottom means ship. He further says that
his business enterprises are not risked
in one single ship, not to any single place. Nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. Therefore, my merchandise makes me not sad. Whole estate means whole business. Antonio further says that
his financial position does not depend on the business ventures of this year.
So, it is not his merchandise that makes him sad. In simple words, Antonio says that his financial situation is healthy as he has not invested of all his money in one single ship or on one part of the world. If he does not do well in this year, he will still be okay. So his business does not make him sad. Okay, Celerino, why then you are in love? Antonio, 5-5. Children, 5-5 means shame.
When Antonio rejects Celerino's theory
that he is sad because of his business, then Celerino comes with another explanation for his sadness. He says that Antonio is sad because he is in love. Antonio calls this
remark as nonsense
and completely denies that he is in love. Okay, children, let's read the gist of the lines. Antonio says that he is not worried about his financial security because his business is neither dependent on any one ship nor on any single location or commercial transactions of the current year. So it is not his merchandise that makes him sad. Then Celerino gives another idea of Antonio's sadness. He says that Antonio is sad because he is in love.
Antonio calls the remark as nonsense
and completely denies that he is in love. Okay, children, I hope you all have understood the explanation of all these lines. Now do the homework given in Snap Homework. Thank you.